failing today. I created a whole video with no audio. Okay, this is your ultimate goal. The directions are listed. So if you are to this part, you have entered, okay, this was like 3 years ago. You've entered your class data in the Skittles class data spreadsheet. All of your names are at the top. Block 4, Block 8, Block 9. Please pay attention to this. Put your data in here. It is due the 28th. Literally just get Skittles, count them, put your data in, eat them. The end. 5 points. All right. Once you have that data, you're going to the following assignment, which of course I closed out of. Skittles. Oh, there's that one too. Um, I'll link you to this too because it's a nice visual. Okay. Skittles spreadsheet instruction. After you have eaten the Skittles, nothing's loading. Okay. So I make some snarky remarks. Here we go. Okay. Oh, so this doesn't really help you. Okay. So this is instructions for if you do it in class. If you do this on your own, it's here. Okay. Open a new spreadsheet file. Save it as Skittles spreadsheet. Insert HTML header. Caveat here is it doesn't all fit, so you're going to have to double it. So let's start from fresh. Here we go. That's what you're going to see when you open Excel, not Sheets on Google, Excel, Microsoft. First thing you should do, go to page layout. Secondly, nope, lied. View. Second, page layout. Third, in the header, name, teacher name. Um, Now it's going to go into another row, like it'll go into your boxes, so please don't do that. Then today's date and tech 130 plus your block number. So in this case, I'll just do 4. Okay, next up, it says insert a shape. Pick whatever you want. Get fancy if you really want to. That's these like sweet little banners here. My last one was just rounded edges. It should take up about blocks 1 through 7, give or take. That's just to block it out. The next thing you should do is your name here. And so that is B8. Then Sam, I'm making up names. Bob, Steve, Gerald, and Alan. Okay, averages. And then over to the left, please follow this order. It makes life easier. Okay, pause this if you need extra help. Okay, then you're going to put in your numbers, 15, 10, 30, 7, 15. Pardon for my husband's commentary. Okay, 12, 3, 18, 4, 6. Okay, clearly my bags are totally messed up. Something cool, if you notice, once I've selected a box, there's this green highlighter around with a darker green square. If you get to that plus sign cursor, not the fatty one, but the skinny one, pull it over, it'll copy all your data over. You probably shouldn't do that for this, as you are expected to get actual data from your peers, in which I provided you a link twice to that. But I don't have time, nor do I have data from anybody because I just assigned it to you. Okay, so I copied over, and now on the bottom I'm doing total. What's cool about Excel is it does the math for you as long as you start with an equal sign. Equal sign, sum, open parentheses, that's the important part. Highlight everything, close your parentheses and hit enter. I will check this. Notice up in the bar it says sum B9 through B13. I have a magical trick of transferring these boxes or these cells to just the data, not the data, the math equations. So if you hand calculate this on a calculator or on your phone and just type in the numbers, you will lose all the points. Okay. Ooh, I lost my data. Okay. Another reason why I like you to do this is if you realize you miscounted, you actually only had 12, it auto fixes the number for you. Now, if you remember what I explained before, you drag your cursor to that square, you grab and drag, it will copy the math equation over. So if Bob only had 3, but he actually had 15 greens, it recalculates for you. Average, you're going to do the same thing, equals average, spell it out, and then select the things you want it to average. I want the average of all the reds. Notice it will flip out on you if you don't open and close parentheses on the data. So it said open parentheses B9 through G9, close parentheses, enter, 12.5. Again, make Excel do the work, copy it down. Beautiful. Okay, so here are your averages. Here is your sums. The next thing I'm going to ask you to do is make this pretty. So I just double clicked in this like shape box, and I want you to ensure everything is centered. I want this nice and big. And then you're going to do some fancy artwork in here. Okay, the next thing I asked you to do is insert some more drawings. And you're going to do a Skittles shape. You're in fact going to do 5 Skittles shapes. I'm going to do this, an S in the middle, I want a capital S. I'm going to make sure my S is centered, home, center, center. Okay, format, shape, fill. Skittles are red, they're listed on the side. I don't need to read them out to you. Outline and fill. Finally, that's real boring. I don't like that. I want you to make it three-dimensional by using shape effects. This one's kind of a fun one. This one, I like this one. You don't have to use the same one as me, but notice it like lifts off from the page. Actually, where's that bevel? The bevel makes it look kind of cool. Okay, see how it kind of rounds it out. Here, look at that round little Skittle. It doesn't look round. Don't like it. I'm going to sit here and spend 10 minutes nitpicking it now. Why is it not giving the shape effect? It's disliking my request. That looks better. Notice it looks like a round Skittle. Cheater way of making more copies of this and changing it. Control C, Control V. Oh look, another Skittles. Change it to the proper color. Next one is orange. Again, I'm not going to waste your time doing all this. You should have, oh, that looks way yellow. You should have 5 Skittles. It should be three-dimensional. They should be the 5 different colors. They should be all over this. It should be pretty. The end. Okay, next thing, you're doing graphing. Okay, here's a hard trick. The first thing I want you to do is graph the averages. Select. And I'm skipping to part 2 because a pie graph doesn't have X and Y axes. To get all the way to the left and all the way to the right to select, you're going to hold down Control. So I selected red through purple. Hold down Control, select your averages. Let go. Now, insert. Yeah, there's the pie chart. You could do that. But right now I'm doing the regular. I like the 3D ones. And this is where I need to review with you how to put in X and Y axis terms. So you talked about independent and dependent variables. We're saying color is independent variable, and the number of Skittles depends on the color. Up here in the upper left, you need axis titles, x-axis, y-axis, right, and a chart title. Label them appropriately, and finally change the colors of your column to match or reflect the colors they're reflecting. So notice when I clicked once, it highlighted everything. When I click again, it doesn't do anything. What happened? Click once, click twice. Notice only this one is selected, and then you have this format option, shape fill, red. Beautiful. Again, colors should reflect correctly. And again, what's really sweet about this is if you ended up with 15 yellows, everything will change accordingly. Notice that yellow bar got taller, where orange is looking a little peaked. Okay, let's say they're 12. Notice, again, it automatically changes as long as you have your data correct. Okay, please carefully follow the directions for everything else. There should be a good plethora of data here. Here's some prettiness. Here, pie chart, bar chart, stack chart. And then you're going to save it, and then you're going to turn it in, and then you're going to rock it life. Thanks, guys.